Mexican authorities seized Bartell armored truck with machine hammer capable of shooting down aircraft. Even the planes ain't safe. All right, a couple years ago, might have been a year and a half ago, we saw a video of them shooting RPGs at airplanes. All right, our understanding was that was some CJ&G work, but it's looking like they caught one of these super trucks. All right, now for those that don't know, four-wheel drives, uh, four-wheel drive pickup trucks, and SUVs are notorious for getting snatched at intersections in Mexico. Notorious for families out there running into a checkpoint, losing their truck. Next thing you know, their truck becomes some Terminator truck, uh, you know, protection package, but the hood version. Welded steel just turns into a Frankenstein monster with hammered turrets and mounted pigs and all kind of shit, right? Mounted 50 cows, uh, super tanks that stroll through the neighborhood and oppress the people of their community. Let's get it. Mexican authorities seized in Chihuahua an armored truck holding a machine hammer capable of bringing down aircraft, according to a new report. Border report noted that the Chihuahua State Police found a car, a stolen Ford F-450 with welded steel plates, with welded steel plates when sweeping the mountains in the western part of the state. There have been reports of Bartell clashes there for weeks. Stolen Ford F-450. You a contractor type, American everyday everyman. You pull up the street. We see many videos. You pull up the street. You run into a blockade. We saw the one guy pulled up. He kind of peeped the scenario, what was happening. He started making U-turns and got out of there by the hair on his chinny chin chin. It's a common practice for your 4x4s to get snatched out there and turned into a Franken truck. Officers located the truck after also discovering 6 Bartell camps in the mountains, which were allegedly used to guard large MJ plantations. So they had an army camped out in the mountains protecting the plants, the plantas. State Police Chief of Staff Luis Aguirre said authorities found a 50 cal, that's the pig on top, found a 50 cal machine hammer and 2 ammunition boxes with the bullets already on the belt. Aguirre didn't say which Bartell was believed to own the truck. Authorities didn't report any arrests either. We are eliminating this threat and possible attacks that could bring a catastrophic scenario, the officer added. Let me tell you something. I'm not sure how much, how much evil you took off the road by getting this Frankenstein truck off the streets. There's no lack of Ford F-450s. There's no lack of stolen vehicles out there getting, steel is steel. It's easy to get steel, especially when you're a Bartell. It's easy to get steel. It's easy to get welders to weld it on. Don't gotta look pretty. Just gotta stop bullets. I'm not expecting that. I think this is for news. I think, oh, we got ourselves a truck, or we've confiscated or commandeered a truck. News story. I mean, again, I feel like the Bartell story's been so slow that everybody's making up shit at this point, just to have a headline, just to have a conversation. You guys got one truck, big deal. You know what I'm saying? Is Bradley gonna get his truck back? Y'all gonna unweld the plates and give him his truck back? Nah. Again, yes, it's a truck that could do a lot of damage. It carries a 50 cal. It carries men that are prepared and armed and willing and able to do, all kind of foul shit to people. So in that sense, cool, you got one off the street, but there's no lack of missing SUV that gets turned into a super tank. Seized Bartell monster truck had hammer ports and 50 cal machine hammer. El Paso, Texas, Mexican authorities are reporting the seizure of an armored truck with hammer ports and machine hammers capable of bringing down aircraft. Chihuahua State Police officers found the stolen F-450 with welded steel plates during a 3-day sweep of mountains in the western portion of the state, where violent cartel clashes have been reported in recent weeks. Using a Bell 429 helicopter, the state police located several MJ plantations near the towns of Guerrero, Madera, and Las Tinajas. They seized a total of 410,400 MJ plants and found 6 presumed cartel camps. They located the armored truck in one of them. It sounds like you found some abandoned shit. It sounds like you found something that nobody was guarding. You know what I mean? Was it an abandoned situation? Did they move on, or did you guys stop something? Not sure. You ever hit that midday crash where your energy just runs into a wall? That's where DUBBY comes in. Clean energy, no sugar, no jitters, no crash. Formulated for focus and stamina, not hyper headaches. Whether gaming, grinding, or creating, this stuff keeps you sharp. Use code ILL CARTEL for 10% off at dubby.gg. Fuel up smart. Don't settle for sugar water. Inside the truck, there was a Browning 50 cal machine hammer and 2 ammo boxes with the bullets already on the belt. It can bring down airships, penetrate military armored vehicles. Its presence alone represents a threat and a danger for the surrounding communities, State Police Chief and Staff Luis Aguirre said. The seized cartel armored truck sits inside Chihuahua Police impound lot. What y'all gonna do with that? Look at that ugly ass thing. But see, that's it. You take this truck and you put mad weight on it. I guess you gotta double up on the suspension, or at least reinforce the suspension. And then boom, you just start welding metal plates to it, and handles and vents and slots. But this where that 50 cal goes right here. Buddy's whole body fit up there, protected. You don't build something like this unless your government's not paying attention. Let alone build hundreds and thousands of them, considering the fact that, there's a lot of cartels, there's a lot of factions, there's a lot of armored trucks, there's a lot of stolen Ford F-450s. But you don't get away with this unless you live in a lawless place. You know what I mean? You can't just pull out of a garage in Chi-Town and roll down the street with this bad boy. Now, imagine those, I just saw Lil Wayne gave Swiss Beats a, what they call them, 6x6 or whatever. It's the 6-wheeled truck, Jeep thing. Looks like that. Definitely not as protected as that is. But imagine you get one of those 6-wheelers and you Frankenstein it out. The possibilities are endless. But you're not going to get away with this in the States. You got to be in a country that's not paying attention in order for something like this to be rolling down the street. State authorities drove the truck to a police station in the nearby city, escorted by 6 police cars and a drone. No arrests were reported, and Aguirre didn't say which criminal organizations authorities suspected had the truck. He said the truck previously had been reported stolen. You got to get in there to get them VIN numbers. You got to get under all that steel. The mountains of West Chihuahua for the past 5 years have been the site of violent clashes between groups associated with the Sinaloa cartel and those of La Línea and the old Juarez cartel. A 2020 ambush near Madera left 19 people unalived. In July, farmers and residents of indigenous communities filed complaints with the Government Human Rights Commission regarding blatant drug cartel activity, shootings, and forced disappearances near the town of Maurice. Mexico's just plagued by this. You can't be the oppressor and be like, Viva Mexico. And all you people wearing the jersey out there, oh, puro maíza, puro chapiza, but you work a day job, you're a mailman, or you're a taquero, or you're an elote man, or you're a mechanic, or you're a roofer, or you're a doctor, or you're a lawyer, whatever the fuck you are. If you run around here, cheerleading for one of these oppressive groups, miss me with the bullshit, all right? These people are under the thumb of these animals. We are eliminating this threat and possible attacks that could bring a catastrophic scenario, Aguirre said. These results reaffirm our capacity to safeguard and improve public safety. Chihuahua Public Safety Director Gilberto Loya said police in the past 4 years have found 45 Bartel vehicles armed with steel plates. That's what I'm saying. You can't live in a country that's paying attention and build 45 Bartel super tanks. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work like that. Chihuahua Public Safety Director Gilberto Loya said police in the past 4 years have found 45 Bartel vehicles armored with steel plates and shut down 3 shops where armor was crafted and welded onto vehicles. That's another guy that get the job. Like we've spoken to Jay Flores before about these guys that, the guys that dig the tunnels, the guys that armor the cars, the guys that, everybody got a job, man. In addition to the armored trucks, authorities in this northern Mexican border state are also dealing with the threat of Bartel drones. Drones have dropped explosives on rivals or authorities at least twice. Yeah, man, they done took those drones and suited them up. I done seen little bombs hanging from duct tape coming off of those things. Like, extreme ingenuity, man. They've been attacking each other and people with this. It's something new in our state, Lawyer said. Drone use. Drone use started in Michoacan as a tool used by organized criminals against government in situations. When we started our public safety plan, we knew drones would be used as a weapon. We saw them little. They look like the birds, what they call them, little netted birds that you hit like tennis. That's what they look like, falling little explosives, but they were powerful explosives, man. That's just gonna get more and more sophisticated. And the technology will get more complex, and you'll be able to do more damage. I mean, I'm sure there's drones already that can pull up to your window very tight, hit you with a projectile, done deal. He said the state police has acquired a few counter drone devices and is hoping to secure more as a gift from the United States. The United States giving out gifts and stuff. That's sweet. The United States going to give out anti-drone gifts to Mexico. Again, I feel like we've been low on stories, and I feel like the news is grasping at straws and reaching for everything they can get, as you can see right here, and I will be covering it. Charlie Sheen says Mexican Bartel cut him off after heavy brocane use. See what I mean? They're thirsty to talk about it. So they confiscated a Franken truck, and that's the news. How much did it save people? Who knows? How much is it gonna save people? Who knows? It ain't the only one out there. Again, you have to live in a very lawless place to be able to be building these things and get away with building these things. If you end up in Mexico, don't roll around in a 4x4. All right? Get you a nice little Kia Sorento or some shit, or get you a little electric vehicle and mind your business. Because them 4x4s is getting run through, turned into a tank.